Today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Welcome back to The Vocalist. Before we get to today's reaction, I want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. It's no secret, I love hearing new voices, I love watching incredible performances, but I think a lot of us also turn to music for reasons other than entertainment. Sometimes I listen to music when I need to feel inspired or I want to get motivated, and other times I listen to music when I need to process my feelings, whether that's sadness or frustration. In a similar way, I believe therapy can help in many areas of our lives, whether we are working towards goals or just dealing with stress. What I love about BetterHelp is it makes starting therapy a lot less intimidating. You can have your therapy sessions via phone call, video chat, or even messaging, and BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists in their network, so it makes it easier to match with a therapist based off of your needs and preferences. I've put a link in the description below, but you can also go to betterhelp.com/vocalist to get started. You'll be asked to fill out a questionnaire, and then BetterHelp will match you with a therapist. You can schedule therapy sessions at a time that's convenient for you, and if you feel like your therapist isn't a great fit, you can switch therapists at no additional cost. Because BetterHelp is sponsoring this video, if you click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/vocalist, you will receive 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. Now then, for today's reaction, we are revisiting Linkin Park, and we're going to watch them perform a cover of the song Rollin' in the Deep. Here we go.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door. Finally, I see you crystal clear. Go ahead and send me out while I lay your ship bare. See how I lean with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door.
Okay, I know we're only 48 seconds in, so we're going back. I always get so nervous when I hear an audience start clapping because you never know. I mean, maybe they'd already heard this cover before, so they knew what to expect, but sometimes you just don't know where an artist is going to go with a song. And so when you hear that clapping, I get nervous because I think to myself, okay, is the singer going to go with the audience, or did they have something else in mind and they're, wanting to do that instead? Because some singers won't stop an audience from clapping and they'll just go with it, but then other times they'll actually put their hands up and say like, wait, don't keep clapping, I have something else in store for you. So I was a little distracted, obviously, by the clapping. Toward the end there, hearing the piano and just the tiny little changes in the chords, I really liked that choice. But vocally, also some really cool things started happening, so we're just gonna get straight into it.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door.
I love, oh golly, I say this all the time, I love the variety we're getting. It's so soulful, and I love how he's tapering off some of these words at the beginning.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door. Finally, I see you crystal clear.
Even when he said finally and added that roundness, finally, it just gives this soulful quality to the sound that I know I haven't heard much, but we don't always get this luxurious, soulful sound because a lot of their music requires a lot of intensity.
Reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the door. Finally, I see you crystal. Go ahead and send me out while I lay your ship bare. See how I lean with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the door. The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The skies of your love leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you and my heart inside of your head, but you played it to the beat.
I have severe goosebumps. I loved hearing him in Crawling because I got to hear just that gorgeous voice. And he does so much, like obviously with the screams and the vocal textures and like I mentioned, that intensity that we hear in so much of the music we hear from Linkin Park. It's equally as thrilling, but it's just so special and so magical to see this sort of pared down version and hear what these incredible vocals. I'm really loving this. I'm not gonna go back all the way. Let's see.
It's bringing me out the door. The skies of your love remind me of us.
We're just getting that gorgeous balance between really nice firm press and then more relaxation, so a little bit more air can come through. So moments of power and then moments of, you know, that gentle, more intimate sound.
Keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The skies of your love leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all.
I'm gonna play that again. So I do think he's still taking advantage of a lot of forward placement. I think that's part of his sort of home base sound. And I loved hearing that transition on We Could Have Had It All, because sometimes you hear a lot of singers just go completely back. It's a huge shift, but he didn't do that. It was still so bright and pingy, but so full because he just, obviously we've got a different vowel happening in a different place in his range, and it's just so, it's so magical. That's the only word I have.
That we almost had it all. The skies of your love leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep.
Gorgeous falsetto. I want to hear that again.
We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. You and my heart inside your head, but you played it to the beat.
We also got a little bit of texture in there, but he didn't hang on to it. So it was so lovely for just a moment. And then he went back into that, I say clean sound for lack of a better term, but without vocal texture.
Heart inside your head.
Oh, let me back it up just a smidge.
Rolling in the deep.
This is the texture.
You and my heart inside your head, but you played it to the beat. mine sure won't be shared. The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The skies of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, but you played it to the beat. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, but you played it with the beat.
Okay, good. I was like, please don't let this be over. How dare I not talk about his breath? Now, when you're at this level of professionalism, of course, I expect singers to just nail it, knock it out of the park, have incredible breath control, but this is not an easy song. And finding where to breathe varies from one singer to the next because of how we each, interpret songs, but also the kind of phrasing that we want, the kind of meaning we want to give to certain words. So I want to try and find a good example of that.
Baby, I have no story to be told, but I've heard one on you and I'm gonna make your head burn. See me in the depths of your despair, making a home down there, 'cause mine sure won't be shared.
Okay, this is the section that I think is just so challenging for so many singers because you just have to be really selective with where you're gonna breathe. So we're gonna listen closely.
The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all.
Okay, so even though he took a breath between keep and me, keep me thinking, you can tell like the goal for him was not necessarily to form these separate thoughts or phrases, but really to create one long phrase. And so having just that one breath in a non-traditional place helps the listener keep that line going in their minds. At least in my mind it did. So let me start that again, just so we can hear it.
Down there, 'cause mine sure won't be shared. The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all.
It does sound like just one complete thought, phrase, sentence, even though it does have a lot of smaller separate parts. I love that breath choice.
The skies of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, but you played it to the beat. We could have had it all.
Love watching his mouth position change. He's not afraid of like that wide palate, and it's just such a gorgeous tone. And you can see his tongue nice and high. Brilliant.
We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, but you played it with the beat. through every open door. Count your blessings to find what you're looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to hear this all again. You can see his mouth position. We're not getting as much spread. You hear that sort of taller, rounder quality in his tone. And it's so simple. It's just not creating that wide palette. He's keeping things so tall and just so contained.
Throw your soul through every open door. Count your blessings to find what you're looking for. Turn my sorrow into treasure gold. Pay me back in time and reach just what you sow.
I'm sorry, one more time. I want to hear this whole thing again. His voice, he could just do anything he wanted. The first time I was listening, I thought, ooh, soul, you know, that really, yeah, just that soulful quality that you hear in a lot of soul singers. This last time, I thought to myself, he could have done country if he wanted. He could have done so many different things, or rather sung in so many different genres, because he utilizes a variety of techniques to achieve certain sounds that feel and sound authentic to very specific genres. Hopefully that makes sense. So even though when I think of Linkin Park, absolutely, metal is the first that comes to mind, but hearing all these different qualities in his tone, like I said, soul, country, you could pick any genre and perhaps, you know, hear qualities in his voice that, had he chosen to highlight those specific qualities, easily could have found himself in a different genre if he wanted.
Throw your soul through every open door. Count your blessings to find what you're looking for. Turn my sorrow into treasure gold. Pay me back in time and reach just what you sow. You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you could have had it all. You could have had it all, rolling in the deep. You had my heart inside your hand, but you paid it, you played it, you played it, you played it to the beat.
I'm gonna say something, and this is not to discredit any singer who has ever sung this song, but when he started that phrase, "you're gonna wish you," I think that is the first time those words actually meant something for me. His delivery of that line was incredibly powerful. So we're gonna listen again. Here we go.
You're gonna wish you.
Let me go back just a little bit further.
You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you could have had it all. You could have had it all, rolling in the deep. You had my heart inside your hand, but you paid it, you played it, you played it, you played it to the beat.
I know the lyrics at the end there are, "you played it, you played it, you played it to the beat." It kind of sounded like the first time and then the last time he said "you paid it." I don't know if that's the case. Because the L was so prominent when he said it, which is why I couldn't tell if it was intentional or if it was just what I was hearing, or I don't know. But it got me thinking, if he did replace those words, just how that would change the meaning. I don't know. We'll leave it at that because I don't know if I heard that correctly. You guys can let me know. Have a listen. Tell me if he said paid at all or if it was played every time. Anywho, he just has it's such a gorgeous voice. It's such a gorgeous voice. And he could do so much with it. And so hearing that, and then, if you go and listen to another song that has that intensity, some of those screams, a lot of vocal texture, it's just remarkable all that he did with one instrument. It was beautiful. And this interpretation, I love anytime an artist is able to cover a song and honor the original, but still make it their own. And this was a prime example of that. So that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me. And hopefully I will see you next time.